Hey guys, this is Dinosaur Drawer, and today I'm gonna show you guys how to draw the male velociraptor from Jurassic Park 3. And this was actually a speed drawing I did on my channel. I really, really enjoyed drawing this, and I just thought that, yeah, I just wanted to show you guys in a different video. I actually just uploaded another video about the drawing competition, and you had a few seconds to look at this drawing as well on that video, but I just thought that I would just show you guys in this video. And by the way, this video was actually requested by Alex Jer, I believe. I'm really not sure how to pronounce every name, but I believe that's how you pronounce it, Alex Jer. So yeah, let's actually get started with the video. I have to put away the drawing of the raptor hat. Alright. So today I will be using, I think I'll be using a pen, but we will see how it will go along. So, alright. Again, we're gonna start doing basic shapes and positioning of the dinosaur, because we don't want the tail to be off the page or the head to be off the page. So pay close attention to this part, because I see there are a couple of people who attempt my tutorial drawings, and what I mostly see is that the tail is off the paper sometimes, or it doesn't fit completely. So if you're gonna draw it very small, then it's okay, you can place it wherever you want. But if you're going to draw it very large, very big, then pay attention to how long his tail is going to be, how long his neck is going to be, and stuff like that. So alright. So I want his shoulder to be about over here. This should be a shoulder. And then draw a shape like this. A line that goes down like this. Then it goes something like this. Bump over here. Something like this. And something like that. This will be his back. And well, let's just do it like this, because it's not gonna work the way I was gonna try to do it. Alright, so this is going to be the main part of his body. Maybe we could even make it a little bit smaller, because we don't want his torso to be too long. And then here's going to be his hip. His front paw will be over here somewhere. And then over here will be his belly. Maybe let's move his hip a little bit farther over here. So over here will be his hip. Alright, I'm just roughly going over everything and doing it very roughly, because I want the shapes to be right and the proportions and stuff. And his tail goes something like this. It goes slightly up a little bit, and then the tip just goes something like this. And if his hip will be over here, his legs will go something like this. His knee is over here. The other leg goes like this. His knee could be a little bit farther down, like this. then this part, and finish his tail. Still supposed to be a lot thinner. That should be okay. And because he has a very long tail, his heel will be a little bit behind his hip over here. And the velociraptor has really powerful muscles in his leg. And then this part goes something like this, and here's supposed to be his foot. But we'll draw that in later. And then this part goes something like this. And we can refine this later on always. His arm starts about over here. Also, he has very powerful muscles in his arms. And his elbow should be about over here. Then his arm goes something like this. Goes straight down. Goes something like this, with a little bit of a curve, and then a claw attached to that. And then over here will be a second kind of claw. This should be something like this. And of course, again, we can always go back later on and refine everything a little bit, because I'm not happy with how large, how thick this arm is. I want to refine it a little. Something more like this. This looks a little bit better. Alright, and the reason that I'm very messy with my lines on this moment is just because I know that I'm going to go over it with a darker pen. And so if you're drawing along, you can draw along and later on erase everything, but don't erase everything so that you don't see any lines, that no lines are visible anymore. Just erase a little bit so you can still see some lines, and go over it with a darker pencil, or press down harder on your pencil to create very dark lines. Okay, and this part goes something like this. I also wanna get his back into place a little better. Maybe I'll put his hip on a little bit higher. Okay, and now we can try to put in his neck. So his head is supposed to be, let's say, on the end of this line. And this is where his jaw will be. So that means that his neck should go something like this. There's supposed to be a line for a shoulder. This line is a little bit too long, because there's supposed to be, this line is supposed to go like this, and this line is supposed to go like this. Because over here is his shoulder. And then this goes, let's see, something a little like this. And maybe this is just a little bit too thin. I can just adjust it a little bit if I need to. Alright, so now it is pretty much time to draw in his head. And this could be a very hard part. So let's say his head is about as long as this part. So over here will be his jaw. And it's about as long as that. His jaw goes something like this. About this long, I believe. It has kind of an angle going up. And then it goes something like this. And of course we can just refine all this. Alright, I just got called by a friend of mine. I was on the phone with him, and he just wanted to say that he created his masterpiece. He created a very good drawing, a very good looking drawing. And his head is pretty, the shape of his head is pretty good, but the problem is that it's supposed to be a little bit farther back, a little bit more like this. And this should go like this, and like this. And I'm just refining everything bit by bit. Alright, I believe this head is about alright, the shape of it at least. So now what we need to do is go back in. Of course, erase everything that isn't supposed to be there. And you go back in and you draw in the jawline. And his jawline goes something like this. Well, when I first started drawing a lot of dinosaurs, and I still have it until today, is a problem. What I had was I didn't know how to take reference in the jawline and stuff, and how to put the jawline in the curves in the right place. So right now I found a technique, and it is that if you know where the eye is going to be, just draw a line from the eye section until the jawline like this, and then you know exactly how far you can. I mean, on every dinosaur it's different, but this way you can create a perfect jawline. Alright, that's looking pretty good. Alright, so now his head is shaped kind of different to what I mostly see on a velociraptor. Wait, this is supposed to be a little bit lower. It goes like this, then it goes slightly up, straight, and then up again, and erase those lines. So it should look something like what we have right now. And his jaw is supposed to be attached to this as well. Maybe the angle is a little bit too shallow. And this is really a hard part, because you need to get this part right, otherwise your whole drawing will look kind of stupid. Alright, and then just attach this part of the neck all the way until over there. So now we have the basic shapes of our dinosaur. We still need the foot though, and we need to finish his head. So for his foot, this is a little bit too steep. This line should be a little bit more straight, and his knee should be over here. Very large knee for a dinosaur. Alright, and I'm just going over everything again to make the lines a little bit more perfect, so like how they are supposed to be. Alright, again, for his foot, it goes something like this. Then it goes straight a little, and then you have a toe with a nail attached to it, right there. And right next to it you have a second toe with a nail attached to it. And over here is a bump. Something like this. And then over here, right over here, you have the very big, strange shaped claw. So be sure to put that one in. I'm not happy with the shape right now. That's a lot better. Alright, and put in the... Oh, I believe this is a little bit too thin. I need to make this a little bit thicker. It still needs to look okay. That should be fine. And then this one could be a little bit more back too. Alright. This looks a lot better, and maybe right now it doesn't really look accurate to what it's supposed to be, but when you put the scales and the details on top of it, it really will look good. So now we can look at his tail and stuff and get the little details in. We're just really trying to get the shapes exactly right now. So this line is supposed to be about this long, and then it goes something like this, and then the tail is attached to this. And don't make a very pointy tail, just keep it something like this, because otherwise it looks too artificial. Alright, this looks pretty good. So now the only thing we need is the detail in his head. So what we want to do is draw a line over here. Let's see. Yeah, draw a line over here, which goes something like this, and then also draw a line over here, which goes almost all the way down to his jaw. And on the other side, draw a line up like this, and make this one go all the way until over here. And kind of attach it. And then over here is supposed to be his nose, all the way on the end, and this is supposed to be something like going something like this. And his ear is somewhere over here. Let's see how the rest of his head kind of goes. And then draw in a very, very big eye. And take this line as reference again. Alright. You still need those kind of... I'm going to put those in very light. Because later on we will put them in with a little bit more care and detail. Alright, so for now we're done. I'm just going to darken in everything, and then I'll be back. Well, I mean everything with a black, well, for the sake of this video, let's just use the mechanical pencil as well. I mean, I like how the detail on pencil drawings turn out a little bit more than the detail on a pen drawing. So let's just try to do it with the pencil as well. So I'll be back. Okay guys, I'm back, and I went over every line except for the one on the hand, the finger, and on his neck, because the finger is supposed to be a little bit more, it's supposed to be a little bit longer actually, just a little, and the angle wasn't right, I believe. So that's why I'm actually redrawing that finger. It isn't right either now. And well, the reason why I didn't go over the neck is because there's a lot of wrinkles over here, and we want to wait with that until last. This finger goes a little bit like this, and over here there's this huge claw attached to it. Oh, I certainly feel bad that I erased the first one, because the first one looked the best until now. So maybe it's better that you don't erase that when you're doing a draw along. Alright, this is looking the best till now. Now I'm just trying to get the right kind of claw on it. Alright, I'm not going to change this anymore, because I'm afraid that it actually might turn out quite bad. This one's actually supposed to be smaller. Ah, that might explain a little bit. Alright, when you're doing a draw along, don't erase this. Alright. Alright, so we're at 28 minutes right now. And yeah, I'll be making a second part about this. So if you liked the video, leave a like, comment below what you think about this drawing, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.